What if ancient kings could punish you from beyond the grave? Today, we unravel one of archaeology's most chilling tales, the curse of the Pharaohs. Could the warnings etched into King Tutankhamun's tomb have been more than superstition? For over 3,000 years, the pharaohs of Egypt were buried in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, their tombs sealed with hieroglyphs and warnings of death. But in 1922, Howard Carter's legendary discovery of Tutankhamun's treasures brought not just international fame, but also fear. A chain of unsettling events began, leading to the belief in the Pharaoh's wrath, an ancient curse that haunts us even today, the curse of King Tut. The legend of King Tutankhamun's curse is a tale of mysterious deaths, unexplained coincidences, and ancient Egyptian beliefs about divine retribution. Could it be that the boy king's final resting place truly carries a power beyond comprehension? Or is this a story born from human fear and the weight of history? What killed people who opened King Tut's tomb? The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. It all began on November 4th, 1922. Deep in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, a young boy, guiding his donkey, stumbled upon a hidden void in the sand. That small discovery led Howard Carter and his team to what would become one of the most incredible archaeological discoveries in history. The tomb of King Tutankhamun, the boy king whose short reign had been largely forgotten until this moment. Sealed for over 3,000 years, the hidden chamber held treasures that would astound the world. Golden chariots, intricately carved statues, ceremonial daggers, and jewelry inlaid with precious stones. Carter described the scene with awe, famously saying, "Wonderful things." But among the riches were ominous signs, hieroglyphs warning that any who disturbed the pharaoh's rest would face grave consequences. As Carter and his team pressed deeper into Tutankhamun's tomb, they discovered its layers of protection. From sealed clay and ropes to false doors and hidden passages, every element was designed to deter robbers and perhaps to contain something far more powerful. The warnings etched into the walls spoke of swift wings of death and retribution against intruders. Tutankhamun's treasures were meticulously catalogued, over 5,000 artifacts in total. Yet as the world celebrated this unprecedented discovery, whispers of the curse of the pharaohs began to take hold. Had the tomb's seal been broken for the first time, or had Howard Carter and his team unleashed something ancient and vengeful? Would you have dared to step into King Tutankhamun's tomb, knowing the warnings left behind by the ancient Egyptians? The curse strikes. The curse of the pharaohs wasted no time in making its presence felt. The first victim was Carter's pet canary, killed by a cobra, the ultimate symbol of Egyptian royalty. In ancient Egypt, the cobra represented divine protection for the pharaoh, and to many, its appearance was no coincidence. It was seen as the pharaoh's first warning to intruders. The next to fall was Lord Carnarvon, the man who financed Howard Carter's expedition. A small mosquito bite on his cheek became infected, leading to blood poisoning. His health deteriorated rapidly, and within weeks, he was dead. At the moment of his death, Cairo experienced a mysterious blackout, and Carnarvon's dog, Susie, reportedly howled before collapsing and dying thousands of miles away in England. The deaths didn't stop there. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, the radiologist who x-rayed Tutankhamun's mummy, died of an unexplained illness. Richard Bethel, Carter's secretary, was found lifeless in his bed under circumstances some described as suspicious. Arthur Mace, a member of the excavation team, succumbed to arsenic poisoning, while archaeologist Hugh Evelyn White took his own life, leaving a haunting note behind. "I have succumbed to a curse." By the end of the decade, 11 individuals connected to the excavation had died under mysterious circumstances. Skeptics argued that exposure to ancient bacteria or toxins might explain the sudden illnesses, but believers saw something far more sinister at work. A legendary curse protecting Tutankhamun's treasures. How do we explain the chilling timing of these events? The blackout in Cairo, the pattern of deaths that followed so closely after the tomb was opened. Was it all coincidence? Or was the curse of King Tutankhamun a force that transcended time? What do you think? Is the curse of the pharaohs real? Or is it all a coincidence? Share your theories in the comments below as we journey into Egypt's most mysterious tomb. Ancient warnings. To the ancient Egyptians, death was not the end, but a sacred passage to eternity. For pharaohs, this transition was guarded with rituals, sacred texts, and powerful spells. Their tombs, hidden deep within Egypt's Valley of the Kings, were not merely resting places, but gateways to the afterlife, protected by warnings that promised divine retribution against intruders. One of the most chilling inscriptions found in Tutankhamun's tomb declared, "The one who enters will die by a disease no doctor can cure." These were not idle threats. The ancient Egyptians believed their hieroglyphs carried the authority of the gods, an unbreakable bond between the living and the dead. Disturbing a pharaoh's tomb was not just a crime, but an act of cosmic defiance. The tombs were designed with spiritual and physical defenses. Amulets like the scarab and the Eye of Horus were placed alongside the mummified body to repel evil forces. The walls of the tombs were adorned with spells from the Book of the Dead, guiding the pharaoh's soul while warning the living to stay away. But perhaps the most unnerving defenses were the curses, etched warnings promising suffering, torment, and death to those who dared defile the tombs. One curse, found in the tomb of Amenhotep II, read, "He who enters will face the wrath of the gods and die in torment." Another, from a priest's tomb, warned, "The crocodile, the hippopotamus, and the lion shall devour him who violates this resting place." The pharaoh's curses were vivid, terrifying, and meant to endure for eternity. To the Egyptians, these were not just words, but living spells, capable of reaching across time to exact vengeance. Even beyond curses, the Egyptians employed elaborate traps to deter robbers. False doors, collapsing passages, and even poisoned food and drink were used to protect the treasures of the dead. Imagine stepping into a tomb, feeling the air grow heavier with each step, only to discover that every choice could lead to your doom. These tombs were built not just to preserve wealth, but to guard secrets. Secrets that should never see the light of day. And yet, despite these warnings, Tutankhamun's tomb was opened. Within months, the deaths began. Even now, archaeologists and locals report strange occurrences when exploring Egypt's ancient tombs. Equipment failures, illnesses that defy explanation, and an oppressive sense of being watched. Were these warnings merely superstition, or did the pharaohs tap into forces we are only beginning to understand? Do you believe these ancient warnings held real power? Could the curse of the pharaohs truly transcend time and space to punish intruders even today? Science versus superstition. For centuries, the curse of the pharaohs has been whispered as a tale of divine retribution, a warning from ancient kings to those who dare disturb their sacred rest. But modern science offers a different perspective. Could the deaths tied to Tutankhamun's treasures have been caused by something far less mystical, yet equally terrifying? Tombs sealed for millennia create an environment ripe for danger. Stagnant air trapped within these chambers carries deadly pathogens, including aspergillus mold. This mold, invisible to the naked eye, releases spores that can cause severe respiratory illnesses, especially in those with weakened immune systems. For explorers entering these tombs unprepared, the danger was real and lethal. In addition to mold, scientists have detected toxic gases like ammonia, formaldehyde, and hydrogen sulfide within tombs. These gases, produced by decaying organic materials and embalming fluids, can cause dizziness, nausea, and even suffocation. Imagine stepping into a chamber sealed for over 3,000 years, breathing air so poisonous it feels like the pharaoh himself is squeezing the life from your lungs. Bacteria preserved on ancient relics add another layer of danger. Researchers examining artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb discovered strains of bacteria capable of causing fatal infections. These pathogens, dormant for centuries, could explain the mysterious illnesses that plagued Carter's team and their associates. Yet even with scientific explanations, there are elements of the curse that defy logic. How do we explain the ominous timing of Lord Carnarvon's death and the blackout that plunged Cairo into darkness? How do we rationalize the train derailment carrying 22 mummies in 1980? Or the museum curator who died suddenly after handling Tutankhamun's treasures? Science struggles to account for the psychological weight of the curse. How fear and belief can manifest into real consequences. Is the curse of the pharaohs merely the result of mold, bacteria, and paranoia? Or is there something older and more powerful at work? Even the most rational minds have faltered under the oppressive atmosphere of a tomb, their confidence crumbling in the face of the unknown. Science can dismiss the curse as superstition, but standing in the shadowy depths of Tutankhamun's tomb, with the weight of eternity pressing down, even the strongest skeptics might find themselves questioning what they truly believe. The curse lives on. The curse of the pharaohs is not confined to the past. Even in our modern, rational world, its shadow lingers. In 1972, Tutankhamun's treasures were displayed in a British museum exhibit. Shortly after the opening, a curator who handled the artifacts, died suddenly of a stroke. Staff reported strange phenomena like flickering lights, unexplained drafts, and faint whispers echoing near the boy king's golden mask. In 2007, archaeologists excavating a tomb in the Valley of the Kings reported a string of creepy malfunctions. Equipment failed, drones crashed, and team members fell ill with symptoms no doctor could fully explain. Locals warned the team the Pharaoh's curse was real. Perhaps the most chilling modern incident occurred in 1980, when a train carrying 22 mummies derailed. Officials found no mechanical failure or human error to explain the crash. Was it a freak accident? Or did the spirits of the dead intervene to protect their journey to the afterlife? Even today, those who live near Egypt's ancient tombs tread cautiously. They speak of feeling watched, of footsteps in the sand when no one is there. They believe the Pharaoh's wrath still lingers, protecting their secrets from the living. The curse of the Pharaohs is more than a story. It's a reminder of the power of belief, of history, and of forces we may never fully understand. Is the curse real, or simply a tale born from coincidence and fear? One thing is certain: the truth may forever remain buried beneath the sands of Egypt, waiting for those brave or foolish enough to uncover them. What do you think? Share your theories in the comments below and let us know if you believe the curse is real or just a myth. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us on more journeys into the mysterious and the macabre. Until next time, dear souls, stay curious and beware. Some mysteries are better left undisturbed.